The Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her. The Pink Pulpits Podcast explores the living, learning, and leading of women in the 21st century. How does the modern woman handle the world the gospel way? This podcast is for women in ministry, women surrounded by ministry, and so many more. Join us weekly on Saturdays at 6 p.m. for the Pink Pulpits Podcast, the gospel according to her.
Welcome to a brand new year of the Pink Pulpit Podcast. I'm your host, Lady Nicole Green, the Faith Chick. And let me say this plainly. It's a new year, new you, new time to lock in. And this is not just a new year, but it's a new sound and a fresh look and a higher calling and everything that you are even remotely thinking that. This year, we're not I think what we call recycling faith, we are going to raise it. And we're going to hear conversations that will stretch you, truth that challenges what you've been comfortable believing, and revelation that refuses to let you stay where you have been. Because elevation never happens accidentally. It happens, y'all know my word, right? Intentionally. And this year we are moving in faith, not passive faith, not familiar faith, but activated, elevated, decision driven faith. And here's the real shift for you this year God is ready to do a new thing. But you must decide to raise your level of belief to meet them. And on this platform called the Pink Pulpit Podcast, we're going to push you to think bigger, believe bolder, speak differently, and live from a higher faith posture than you've ever known. Yeah, I'm the faith chick, but I really have been praying about what is the Pink Pulpit Podcast? What are we supposed to be doing? And let me be clear, listening is not enough. Agreement is not enough. You must decide, and I want you to decide today. Watch this. Decide to elevate your faith, decide to stretch your expectations, and decide to stop surviving on little faith, but start believing for more, bigger, bolder, out of the box. So if you're ready for growth, if you're ready to really lock into this pink pulpit conversation, if you're ready to take some real bold moves, if you're really ready to experience God in ways you've never, ever experienced Him before, then welcome to the Provoking Pink Pulpit Podcast. And this is the year your faith goes higher. So I really want to chop it up and dig in. There's going to be so many things that we're going to be doing. I have just planned an incredible year for you, but you have to really lock in and be a part of my community. And so I want you right now to make a decision that you are going to lock into our full community, the Pink Pulpit Podcast community, and be a part of our faith fam. That's right. You're going to learn some things. You're going to be challenged in some areas. And I'm going to do some special time of maybe doing master classes and masterminds. And then there are going to be moments where I'm going to do some webinars with you, and I'm even going to do a cohort, women that are called into ministry. So this is not just a reset of the calendar. This is a shift in your capacity. I'm doing a fresh sound, a new look, and more importantly, I'm going to give you the atmosphere, the incubator, the community where you have no ability other than to believe God on a bigger level and to hold yourself accountable to a faith posture that manifests in ways that people are going to be mesmerized by your life this year. This year, we're not talking about faith as a concept. We're talking about faith as your decision for how you live your life. You being the just, living by it, and getting every promise of God, because the only way you get it is by faith. God is ready to move, but movement requires your elevation and not the stale faith of the past. And elevation requires that you raise your level of believing. So, if you're ready to stretch, we're not settling. Challenge, accept it, and let's call your faith out to a boldly better life. So Now, with that being said, today I really want to just get you in expectation mode. I'm excited about this new year. God already exists in 2026. Can I say this? God already exists in 2026. And He's waiting for us to jump in and say, okay, God, we ready. And so, with that being said, your faith is going to be the catalyst for change. I want you to move higher, think bigger, and I want you to believe beyond where you have been. Keep going up. No, this is the episode for you. So, the first thing I need you to know as we get ready this year with our first episode is faith must be raised. I know it says you go from faith to faith and from glory to glory. That means your faith has to be raised. Faith does not grow on autopilot. And even today, I had a moment of that where I'm kind of like, I did the faith move in a particular area and I just put it on autopilot. No, your faith has to raise every day. Romans 10:17 says it this way. So then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Mark 9:23, one of my favorite scriptures says, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. So in this moment, you already have faith, but faith responds to input. What you hear, what you rehearse, repeat determines the level at which your faith is going to operate this year. And so I need you to hear it over and over. I need you to rehearse it, and I need you to be repeating it. Low exposure is going to produce low expectations. High exposure is going to produce high confidence. So this year, your faith will only rise if you intentionally feed it with what? The word, with the truth, and with conversations that stretch you. I don't want you to just be average talking. I want you to now take your vocabulary of faith to the next level. Faith does not rise by wishing, it rises by choice, by your decision making. So raise your faith. Now, the next thing I want you to learn this year is that faith must be stretched beyond your comfort zone. Comfort is the enemy of elevation. Comfort wants you to stay stagnant and stuck, even if you've seen some progress. Hebrews 11:8 says it this way. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out, not knowing where he was going. This year, you may not know exactly everywhere you're going, and you may even outline the plan of where you want to go. Let me say this. That plan may be interrupted a little bit, but you're going to have to make a decision that my faith is going to go to a whole nother level. Matthew 14:29 says it this way. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on water to go to Jesus. How did he do that? Because his faith required him leaving. His faith required him leaving what was familiar and going to something that wasn't familiar. Every faith move requires you leaving where you are and going to a greater destination. God doesn't stretch faith where it's safe. He stretches it where it's uncomfortable. This year, God will call you out of what you know. This year, he's going to call you out of the routine. He's going to call you out of predictability. He's going to call you out of low risk believing. He's calling you out. Even in this moment, you're being called out. And the question won't be, can God do it? Can I tell you what it's going to be? The question will be, will you step? Will you step into it? Will you step about it? Will you step on it? Because faith that stays comfortable never experiences the miraculous and never experiences the full till it overflows. And then what I want you to hear this year, I know we're doing new. Faith must be declared at a high level. You are going to have to not be scared. You're going to have to say what you know to be true, regardless of whether you see it or not. What you say reveals what you believe. I don't care what it looks like. You hear me say it, but I want you to get it locked in. You're going to have to declare in a way that you believe it, even when you can't see it. 2 Corinthians 4:13 says, we believe, therefore we speak. Whatever you believe is what you're going to be declaring this year. Whatever you believe, you're going to declare. Whatever God says, you're going to be saying, because Proverbs 18:21 says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. And you got to recognize, I got to speak life, even to dead situations, into even diluted situations, because Mark 11:23 says, whoever says to this mountain and does not doubt in his heart. You got to speak. Faith speaks before it sees. Faith declares before it manifests. Faith makes a decision that my mouth is going to be a faith weapon. My mouth is going to be a faith manifester. My mouth is going to be the faith factor in everything that I do. So if your language hasn't changed, your faith hasn't either. Change your language and watch your faith change. This year, your confession must match where you're going, not where you've been. Not what even happened last week or last month or even at the top of last year. You're going to have to speak what you know you want. Stop narrating limitations. Stop declaring that you're not, and start declaring elevation. Start declaring where you know you're going, what you know you see, what you saw on the canvas of your imagination. Your words are not commentary. They are containers for what God wants to do. You have a container in your mouth that is going to expose you and launch you into places you haven't seen. This year on the Pink Pulpit Podcast, you are going higher. Higher conversations, higher belief, higher expectations, higher knowing, higher relationships, higher manifestations. But elevation is not automatic, it's chosen. Are you going to choose it this year? Are you going to lay into it this year? Because here's your real decision. Will you keep believing at the level of last year? Or will you raise your faith to meet what God is ready to release? It already is. And this year, I'm going to take you so fast this year. You're not going to have time to be putting stuff on the sidelines. You're going to have to make a decision that I am getting ready to be a faith student. I'm getting ready to be a studier of this thing, because God hasn't changed his power. He's waiting on your posture, because the power has already been given to you. The power is already on you. The power is already in you. You've got to activate it and have the audacity to stand in it. Stand in it. And if you're ready to raise your faith, then I want you to stay connected. If you're ready to really be all in, I want you to stay connected. Subscribe, share, show up. I want you to steward this platform, where I want you to stay so focused this year that this is your year that your faith moves up and everything else is going to follow. I need you to choose it. I need you to make the decision this year that I am not going to allow my faith to wane. I'm not going to allow my faith to falter or flag out. I am going to lock into it, and I'm going to raise and elevate my expectation and believe God for so much more. So much more than there were a lot of things that God wanted to do for us last year. And some of us got a lot, but we didn't get all of it. We didn't get everything that God wanted to do for us last year. We didn't, if we just real truth about it. And this year, we're leaving nothing on the table. Every day, every minute, every moment, we're locking in. And every opportune moment where my faith can target and do something, that's what I'm getting ready to do. Everything that you are going to want in this season, you're going to have the faith for it, and you're going to have the faith to manifest it. You know, it's this great song that I just love. It's talking about that it's going to manifest. And they say, why is it going to manifest? Because I believe God. It's going to manifest because I'm a student of this faith word. It's going to manifest because God's word doesn't return void, but accomplish everything that it's set out to do. And watch this. You're not going to be asking God to do it. You're going to be speaking it, and it's going to be done. I know you say, Lady Nicole, wait a minute. Wait. Hear me what I say. This faith season that I'm getting ready to take you in on this platform, because this is about raising your faith, is for you to understand you're not getting ready to ask God to do it, because God said I already did it. And God has been dealing with me saying, you got to lock this in for them, because we're praying wrong. We're praying, asking God, God, come heal my body. God, come help my family. God, come help my finances. And what I'm saying to you, you're going to speak to your finances, and your finances are going to say, checkbook, I'm talking to you. Every zero I need is going to show up. Every strategy I need for every zero to be in my checkbook, I'm declaring now that God, hear me. The download is already here. God, tap me into the download right now. Let me see the download. I see the download. I know the download, and now I'm going to act in it. That's how you getting ready to change in this season. You're getting ready to manifest the power that already lies on the inside of you. God says you have been given the power to subdue and have dominion. You've been given the power to tread upon serpents. You've been given the power to change your tomorrow and your January and your February and your March, your April and your May. You have been given the power. So what I'm going to do is help you activate that power, help you to pray right, help you to believe right, help you to know how to use your faith to cause change to happen, to cause your body to be healed, to cause your family bodies to be healed, to cause your finances to change and transform, to cause relationships to be resurrected. You got to go and make a decision that I am getting ready to manifest every promise. And I am not leaving this year even remotely with less than what God promised. I'm not leaving this year without not manifesting everything that God says. Because watch this, even if you don't see it, it's got to manifest. Even if you don't even hear the rattling of the bones like Ezekiel did in Ezekiel 37, you got to already hear it in your spirit. I hear it. I don't have to hear it verbally out here in the land. I hear it because in my spirit already know what to be true. And I'm going to declare the thing and watch it be established. I know the bones come back together. I know the sinew comes on the bones. I know that I'm resurrecting a whole skeleton, and I'm going to watch the whole body come back together. I'm going to watch my life be transformed through the believing factor that I'm going to establish this year as I'm on the Pink Pulpit Podcast. That's right, people of God. Fresh sound, fresh look, fresh new. We're getting ready to go from faith to faith for real. Not just saying it, but what was invisible is going to be visible. What was impossible, you're going to watch the possibility of God do it. You don't have to see it. You just know that it is. I just said something for you. It is. Say it, put it in the chat, tell somebody and somebody next to somebody. It is. I'm not waiting on the manifestation. The manifestation is now. The manifestation has arrived. The manifestation already was just waiting on me to decide that I wanted my faith to align to bring it to pass. Today, I need you to understand we get ready to touch heaven with our faith. We're getting ready to touch and receive full manifestation. This is your year for your faith to now demonstrate what already is on the inside of you. You getting ready to demonstrate every promise. You getting ready to subdue every contrary spirit to what God said that He wants to do in your life. This is the platform for you to believe in a way you've never believed before. And I ain't talking about faith for a car and cash. I'm talking about faith that transcends your life, transfers your life, causes your life to be in a whole nother stratosphere, a whole nother realm where you're walking and living in the spirit realm day after day. You ain't going in and out of it. You stay in the spirit realm. You live in the spirit realm. The spirit realm now has become your new life. It has become your new way of operating, your new way of being, your new way of doing and having your being. This is what I'm talking about. We ain't just talking about faith. We're talking about that I am getting ready to live in the spirit, supernatural realm every day, all day. I'm going to stand in authority. You're going to walk in victory. You're going to rejoice every time you step because you're going to possess everything this year that God has detailed and outlined and desired for you to have and to hold. You're not going to hold it and lose it. You're going to possess it fully. You're going to take full possession. God gave it to you, so possess it. It's yours, so possess it. God declared it in his word that you're the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. So that's what you're going to be. You ain't going to be on the bottom at all this year. You're not going to falter at all this year. You're getting ready to walk and live in the supernatural. You're getting ready to live in the spirit realm all the days of your life. That's the clarion call of the Pink Pulpit Podcast this year. That's what we're doing this year. You said, what we going to do in Pink? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you how to be in the spirit all day, every day. That when you get up immediately, everything that is supposed to be happens. Because when you open your mouth and say, today's going to be a good day, your whole day lined up and can't nothing but good happen all day. When you open your mouth and say, all of my children are blessed and walking in their upright position, you're going to watch and see how your children are acing school and how your children are getting favor with their teachers and how your children are scholastically just off the charts because you've declared it. And you knew the moment you open your mouth, the Bible says, whatever you decree would be established. You're going to know that when I open my mouth, I ain't going to say nothing other than what I want to be happening on a day-to-day basis. All that extra stuff, I ain't even got that's called crop failure no more because ain't nothing coming out of my mouth. I said it ain't nothing coming out of my mouth but what thus saith the Lord. See, so lady, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. From faith to faith. That's all we're doing. Faith to faith. That's all we're doing. Put it in the chat. That's all I'm doing this year. Faith to faith. Glory to glory. Manifestation to manifestation. I'm going from top to top. I ain't going from top to bottom and all around and top to up. I'm going from top to top and higher and higher and higher. This is the faith dialing system. If you're looking for a place where my faith can be elevated, I'll be held to a different standard of expectation, this is the dial. Turn the dial to this podcast. Whether you're on Spotify or Apple Podcast or whatever, wherever you do your podcasting, lock me in, subscribe, hit the button, the bell, so I ding you every time. I may have a moment in the middle of the night, I jump on it. I just want to tell you, God said this. Now open your mouth and say it and watch it happen for you. Not in the morning, in that moment. You hear what I just said? That's what I'm talking about we're doing this year. So this year, people of God, ready to go from faith to faith, from mountaintop to mountaintop, to the heights of the height. You're going to possess everything this year. And we're not going to do the okie doke. This is the year that you lock in and understand the power of God on the inside of you. So with that being said, I need you to hear me. Possession is your portion. And it's going to take your faith to bring your possession in full alignment and full proximity for you to be able to walk in it, live in it, and have it. I'm so ready to take this journey with y'all. I don't even know what to do. But what I do know is this. It's waiting on you. And your faith is the activator. So today, I want you to go. Activate it right now. I want you Saturdays at 6 o'clock to be in full engagement. I want you to be in full alignment, and I want you to lock in because we're going on a faith-facting mission to watch God's promises unfold in our life. I'm your faith chick. I'm the one God has sent to take your faith to the next level. Don't you back down. Don't you back up. We're going from faith to faith, from glory to glory. And I can't wait to take this journey with you this year. Happy New Year. Happy Faith Focus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take this ride. And man, watch the manifestation that's going to take place. This has been your Pink Pulpit Podcast, the gospel according to her. And man, I can't wait to take this faith journey with you. I'll see you next week.